More testimony expected today as the Karen Read retrial enters day 12.
Eric Ritchie live outside of the courthouse right now, and the scene, the amount of people gathering outside of the courthouse in Dedham, Erica, has grown over the last hour or so.
Yeah, though not as much as we were anticipating. You see behind me right now, there's no one left here. That's because at 8 o'clock they have to leave this buffer zone area here. And so as I spoke with a few of the Karen Read supporters before they moved from here, under the impression that there was a rally here at 7:30 this morning, many of them told me they didn't know anything about that. In fact, they're here every single day supporting her, much like they were the first time when that first trial was going on. In fact, those supporters are really what thrust that first trial into the spotlight and made it a nationwide phenomenon. Now during this retrial, Read is capitalizing on their support, making it a point each day to stop and interact with them, to give them hugs and even get gifts from them. Inside the courthouse yesterday, after that meet and greet, jurors spent a bulk of the day hearing testimony from a digital forensics expert who looked closely at Google searches made during the early morning hours of January 29th, 2022, when Boston police officer John O'Keefe was found dead in a snowbank. His girlfriend Karen Read accused of hitting him with her SUV and leaving him to die. So the Google searches that were testified about, they were centered around the one particular one that said Haas long to die in cold. They were made by the couple's friend Jen McCabe. Now yesterday's expert testified that the search was not conducted at 2:27 a.m. as the defense claims, but after O'Keefe's body was found that morning, so that would have been after 6 o'clock in the morning, and that would support the prosecution's claim that McCabe conducted the search at Read's request. So also on the stand yesterday was a Massachusetts State Police trooper who was on the scene the night that O'Keefe's body was found. He introduced evidence and showed the jury evidence when he took the stand yesterday. We'll show you that next half hour. For now, live in Dedham, Erica Ritchie, 12 News.
Well, it was the 11th day of witness testimony in the Karen Read retrial yesterday. A
Mass State trooper and a digital forensics expert on the stand. More testimony expected to resume in less than an hour. Erica Ritchie live outside of the courthouse in Dedham.
Yeah, guys, good morning. Just about 9 o'clock this morning is when that retrial is expected to resume. More testimony, as you mentioned, Pat. Yesterday was a long day for jurors inside that courtroom. They heard extensive, detailed, technical testimony from that forensic expert that took up the bulk of the time. She was analyzing those really Google searches that took place during those early morning hours after John O'Keefe's body was found. But before that, it was that Massachusetts State trooper, Connor Keefe, who showed the jury pieces of a broken tail light from Karen Read's car and John O'Keefe's shoe, both which were found at the scene that night. The trooper was on scene the night that the Boston police officer was found dead in a snowbank in January of 2022. He worked with the lead prosecutor, Michael Proctor, who has since been fired from the state police in part for lewd texts that he sent about Karen Read. Read, of course, is charged in connection with her boyfriend's death, but her legal team has maintained all along that she's the victim of a police cover-up. So yesterday, when they called Trooper Keefe to the stand, the defense was trying to paint the picture of a manipulated investigation.
About what your unit's theory was about what happened to John O'Keefe.
There was no theory.
And Karen Read expected to show up within the next 15 minutes or so, as she has been doing. She'll stop and do a little meet and greet with her supporters in the pink shirts and the flags that are here for her. After that, she'll proceed into the courtroom. Once again, testimony for day 12 today, set to begin at 9 o'clock. That's the latest live outside the courthouse in Dedham, Massachusetts. I'm Erica Ritchie, 12 News.